We guess that you may have studied first three papers. Have you? Right. The first three papers, or you may have some ideas about the first three papers. Basically, ethics paper is different from those first three papers. And that difference you have to maintain. The most important question in this paper is whether you are writing answer that is ethical. So, what is ethical answer? Or what is ethical understanding? That will be the most important essence, if you say. Essence is whether your answer is ethical. And how we can say it is ethical answer. That is an entire paper. That is what the debate, that is what the challenge. Right. Ethical answer, how it can be considered ethical answer, different from common sense based answer, different from your own understanding based answers, different from your own moral understanding based answers. Because we have also our own understanding, knowledge, and on the basis of that many things we judge. We judge as right or wrong, etc. We say yes or no, right? We accept it, reject it, anything. So you say something on the basis of whatever the knowledge you have. But whether the knowledge that you have on that basis, you say anything as right or wrong. So whether it can be also considered ethical. So generally we have, let's say that in our society, right, less tendency towards logicking things, reasoning the things, analyzing the things. In our society, largely we, let's say that, come to any such final decision, view, etc. without necessarily looking into the objective facts about that issue, object or matter. And that will be another problem in this paper, because you cannot change your mindset, you cannot change your attitude, you cannot change your other such aspects in just a short span of time. So, like say in our society, rational thinking is not encouraged as much as, let's say that subjective thinkings, which are quite appreciated and encouraged. Right. Like if you reject your family views, the families will not consider you inappropriate. Family wants that, parents wants that, you should always support their views, whether right or wrong. And when you support their views, so you are considered as a good child. So basically this is how it happens. So you have to understand that how this paper is, let's say that, exactly different from other three papers. Right. If you take the other three papers, so those three papers, let's say if you have some general understanding, suppose you are answering on history questions, so historical facts you should know. And if you know those historical facts, so then you can answer it. There is a less aspect of your view. You have to know those historical facts, right? Or let's say there can be some subjective standards that when you have to give your views on that. Similarly on geographical based questions, so in geography again you have certain facts, right? On that basis you answer it. In paper second you should know the system of governance. And if you know the system of governance, on that basis you have to answer it. In paper 3 you have to know the system of economy, economic practices, and on that basis you answer it. Like suppose a question is on food processing, so you should know about food processing and you have to write accordingly. But suppose a question is in ethics paper, so you don't have that. Do you know system of ethics? Right. This is a question. So are we knowing the system of ethics? There is a system of governance, there is a system of economics, there is a system of geography, there is a system of history. If you take in that way. So do we have a system of ethics? So we have less that, simply because it has not been taught also in our educational programs. Our educational programs do not, let's say that, teach ethics. If it teaches ethics, so in a very, let's say, short shift way, let's say people do not care much because there is a perception that ethics hardly matters. We have this perception that ethics hardly matters, truth hardly matters, values hardly matter. We say, I guess. So largely in our society, we can have a negative perception about values, ethics, morality, etc. This is how it is. That will also create lots of problem in your thinking, because many a time you will say it is ideal. So many a time people may think ethics is something ideal, but ethics is not ideal. Some people say ethics is practical, but ethics is not also practical. Then what exactly ethics is? Ethics is just ethics. Right? That you have to understand. So ethics is not ideal. Ethics is not practical. Right? So what ethics is? You say it is ideal, how can we follow? But people follow day-to-day ethics. You cannot have a friendship with a person who you do not trust. Right? And parents, if do not trust in you, so though what will happen? Right? So you cannot have friendship with any person whom you do not trust. So you are ethical. You will not go to any institution where you do not trust. You will not go to any shop, restaurant wala where you do not trust. Right? So you are ethical. Right? But we hardly, let's say, care this because we do not exactly understand what ethics is. But every person in day-to-day life practices ethics. Right? This is how every person in day-to-day life practices ethics. Ethics more or less, this is how. The only thing is that he does not know what exactly conceptually ethics is. He practices it, but he does not know. Right? Let's say that your parents may have given the first lesson of right and wrong. First lesson. Who teaches first time to the child what is right and what is wrong? Mother. When child gets senses, that is the first lesson of your ethics. But mother does not know whether she is talking about ethics. Right? Yes, she may be aware about what is right and wrong. She may be aware about to some extent moral aspect. But she may not be as much aware if not educated, seeing Indian mother, right, in past. So she may not be knowing what are ethics, what are ethical principles, what are ethical philosophy, who are the philosophers, but she knows some of the aspects of ethics when she teaches you what is right and what is wrong. And she will always try to save you from wrong, and she will always force you, persuade you to do right. Why? Right. Society also, let's say that he will always try to support those people who are right and those who are not right. But again, at certain point of time, it becomes very difficult to know what is right, who is right, which side is right. That is a complex situation, which you can deal on the basis of your knowledge. But what I was talking is, again I will come back to this, whether you are writing an ethical answer, since you read history books, already you have read in your life about history, geography, polity, economy, etc. So you know all those things. But since ethical things are very fresh, let's say that, it may be that the first time some of you may be reading ethics. Because in college, schools, we know that this is not taught. Although, yes, nowadays, let's say CBSE has drawn a syllabus from first standard to 10+2 standard of ethics. Right. So it has drawn a syllabus how to teach ethics, but that can be a new. But again, those people who teach ethics, they may not take it, because class and students do not take the lesson. But let's say that how to write an ethical answer. Right. And that is what we have to understand. Ethical answer, so when we have a system of governance, In that system of governance, let's say already standards are set. There are some standards, you have to understand that standard. Similarly, in the system of economics, you have to understand, right, what the system of economics is, standards, and then you are able to write well. Right. Similarly, in other subjects also, basically you are trying to know the certain levels, certain standards. Right. Unless you know that, you are not able to write a standard answer. This is how we say. The difference between, suppose you write answer today and those people who have already studied and they write answers, so difference is standard. Right. Similarly, let's say ethics is also about established standard. That standard we have to understand. Once we understand that standards, what are those standards? So then if you answer or take a decision regarding any issue, any object, any matter, that will be ethical, not common sense based. Right. This is how it teaches. So that standards we have to know, and there are different, let's say that philosophies, etc. But let's say that ethics, that standard is not only about philosophical standards. This you should also know. So anything that we tell as right or wrong, so there are many standards on that basis we tell it. Right. Largely, let's say, although at this stage it is very early to tell to you, but largely in this field, the books also in the market, they largely teaches you about philosophy based ethics, philosophical ethics. Right. And most of the books, let's say that 60 to 70%, 80% of their content will be on philosophical ethics. And they will give you all those philosophical approaches, etc. Right. That is just one dimension. Right. The established standards can be many ways, many things. There can be a legal established standard, there can be a psychological established standard, there can be sociological established standard, and there can be no doubt administration, means civil services based established standards. We can say as professional ethics. And then there can be applied field-wise established standards. That is called professional ethics largely, or applied ethics. Means, let's say that only suppose a bit you are aware of about deontology approach or teleology approach, you may be aware about utilitarian. Are you aware utilitarian? Are you aware Kantian? Great. Or forget about it. You may be aware about means and ends. Right. So we say means are right, so then conduct is right. Ends are right, so conduct is right. But that is a philosophical aspect, only one aspect. Right. So accordingly, syllabus, if you analyze, the syllabus consists of all these dimensions. Right. Syllabus has legal standard, ethical, philosophical standard, psychological, sociological, and administrative. And therefore, ethics, what is ethical answer? It will certainly depend on the context of the question. If question is talking about society, so you have to talk about societal standards. Right. If question is talking about administration, then you will not talk Gandhian values. You have to talk administrative values. Right. And if question is certainly talking about philosophy, then you will not talk about a civil servant, you will talk about philosophy, pure philosophy. Right. So when a question is asked, right, to differentiate ethics and morality, it is a pure philosophical based question, concept based question. So you have to write conceptual answer. What is difference between morality and ethics? It's not that you write one line on morality ethics and you write next applied answer. Conceptually you have to explain what is ethics, what is morality, what are the differences, then make it applied. Right. But when a question is asked, let's say that, about any other dimension, what do you mean by environment ethics? So now you have to write related to environment. Right. What do you mean by sports ethics? Suppose. What do you mean by media ethics? So certainly you have to write something else. Right. When they ask what is accountability, responsibility, how the people have conflicting attitude in society. That was a question asked in 2014. So why people have conflicting attitude? 2013 politics and ethics cannot go together. Right. So why politics and ethics will not go together? So do you understand what is politics? Right. So basically let's say that questions means this paper is not only about philosophical ethics, which largely people are studying, which largely people are, let's say, absorbed, because most of the books are dealing only with philosophical ethics. Right. Other dimensions have not been dealt. Why people have conflicting attitude? This question you cannot answer unless you have understanding about the attitude conceptually. What is attitude? Right. Or what is aptitude? Right. This is how. So when we mean to say that what is ethical answer, so there can be varieties of questions, and those questions should be answered from their perspective. If question is related to ethics of psychology, so you should exactly talk ethics of psychology. If question talks about free will, so to talk about free will. You should not talk about, let's say that is something else on that. Otherwise, it will become artificial answer. There is a difference between other three papers and this paper. In that paper we say wrong answer, wrong content. But in this paper we do not say wrong. It becomes artificial. Right. This is how. Ethics is something very natural. It should naturally come. Right. So you cannot make something as right or wrong just on the basis of some deliberate standards. So when we say what is ethical answer, let's say that, so we'll deal many things no doubt, but ethics, if you take system of governance, so paper second talks about government behavior. Right. Similarly economics, so economic behavior. It is about ethical behavior of human. What is ethical behavior? Right. So ethics deals with human behavior, the crux of this. So ethics deals with human behavior, human conduct, your conduct, our conduct, society conduct, government conduct. So ethics deals with anyone's conduct in the society, individual to society to government to etc. Right. And on that basis of conduct, it talks about, right, first, which conduct is good or which conduct is bad. Second, what should be a good conduct? Right. And third, what should be the standards to judge a good conduct? Right. This is how. So broadly you can categorize ethics, this paper, into three parts, dimensions. One, what is a right conduct and wrong conduct. Second, what should be a good conduct, right? And third, what is the standards? On that basis, we can judge any conduct as right or wrong, right? Now, when we say what is a good conduct, it is descriptive analysis of the conduct. What should be a good conduct? It is a normative analysis. And what should be the standard? That is the applied ethics largely. Right. Means we analyze human conduct, right? Suppose you say somebody, your conduct is not good. So when you say your conduct is not good, right, so you are saying descriptive aspect. Then you say you should behave like this, or you say you should not behave like this. So you are talking what ought to be, how you should